Hello everyone, this is MJ and you are at my channel called Reading This Life. My channel is where we talk fiction, friends, and fun. Today, I can't believe I'm saying this, but let's go through my top 10 books of the year, 2023. Stay tuned. And remember, before we get started, please give me one of these. You may not think it counts, but I think somewhere it does because it's there. And you should click it if it's there and you like my content. And subscribe as well. Why wouldn't you? Welcome if you are brand new, and welcome back if you are a longtime subscriber. I've been putting off this video forever, but I think tonight is the night where I'm going to look through my books and do my top 10. I love every single book that I read. I have great memories of them. Can I narrow it down? Can I narrow the field down? I think we can. I'm going to get my specs. I'm going to pull up my Goodreads. Let's get to crunching these numbers. Okay, so what I've done is I've went through my Goodreads and I have compiled a list of honorable mentions as well as a list of 10 favorite books that I've read in 2023. Out of those 10, I'm going to pick my favorite. These are not ranked. These are just 10 books that gripped me, fascinated me, was perfect for me at the time that I was reading. I have fond memories of that book, so that's how we're going to do this. So let's do the honorable mentions first. Number 1 is The Shards by Bret, Easton, Ellis. If you want to go down memory lane, if you're a Gen X kid and you want to go West Coast, Beverly Hills, Los Angeles in the 80s with the best music, the best fashion, following Bret as he's in high school, and there's some strange things going on, and we're not sure exactly what's happening. It's bonkers, fantastic. It gripped me. I absolutely loved The Shards. Loved it. Next is Monstrillo. Do I have Monstrillo? You think? Okay. Probably a good idea if I grab books first, right? Yeah. The good thing is that I don't have a lot of these books in my book nook, so I'm just going to put little pictures here for you all to enjoy. Okay. So, The Four Winds by Kristen. That was a group read over at my channel, and that was something for me to go outside of my box because it is literary fiction. We don't have any supernatural things going on. We're following the saga of a young woman trying to find her way the Midwest and trying to find a new life for herself. Really, really good. I enjoyed it. I remember doing a lot of sprints last winter for it. I gave it 4 stars. So it sticks in my memory, and I'm glad that I read it. And historical fiction isn't that bad. So that absolutely is going to be an honorable mention. Another honorable mention is Holy Cow by David Duchovny. If you love David Duchovny, if you love his snarkiness, you will love this story. It's all about a cow that is leaving a farm because the cow hears that they are worshipped as gods in India, and it needs to find a way to get to India. And the hijinks and the animals that are met along the way, it's just sweet and sassy and salty. It's just a good book. And it's a short book, too. The Howling is a werewolf book, and I remember the movie, and I did the audiobook this year, and I loved it. It's textbook. There's not a lot of surprises in it, but I thought it was written really well, and I enjoyed it. Spare by Prince Harry. Yeah, he's on the honorable mention list because it took guts to tell his story and to go through what he's going through. He doesn't hold back in the book, and I applaud that. I enjoyed reading it. I enjoyed learning about the royals a little bit more. I know a lot of people, either they didn't like it or they didn't like that he did it, but I applaud him. you know, good for you, Prince Harry. You make that cash. Crash by J.G. Ballard. In a group of weird books I read this year. Definitely weird. I'll put my full review here so you can check it out. Very interesting. All right. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Let's get to my 10 favorites. So, Tell Me I'm Worthless by Alison Rumfitt. A different kind of horror, a different type of haunted house. Brings in themes of hot topics that are happening over in the UK. It's disturbing. I think about this book. It's unsettling, and I loved it. Alison Rumfitt is a new favorite author for me. Perks of Being a Wallflower. You know how much I love this book. You know how I cried over this book, learning that it is like the 5th most banned book in America. Ridiculous. But absolutely in my top 10. Dune by Frank Herbert. I don't know what else to say. It's a masterpiece. Bottom line. American Psycho by Bret, Easton, Ellis. First time I read that this year. That was fun. It was fun and gross and disgusting and fun. And so over the top that you're honestly questioning, is it all really happening or is it all just happening in his head? Wolf Moon by David Irons. The most fun a person can have with a book during the summertime. Just amazing. Wolves on the moon that are hunting astronauts. There's a space mission, and guess what? The moon is always full when you're standing on the moon. Delightful, delightful. The friendships, the camaraderie, it is all in this book, and it's just a slice of heaven. Whalefall by Daniel Kraus. A favorite. Really, really good. Perfect for anyone. Anyone that's interested in books that happen under the sea. Books that have a lot of tension. There's only so much time left for this diver to fix his situation. Will he do it? The clock is ticking. It's one of those books, and it's delightful. Psychic Teenage Bloodbath by Carl John Lee. This was a sniper from the side. I loved this cover. Love this cover, and I love the book even more. Just good. Good story writing. Very reminiscent of a Carrie story. We're talking about people, high schoolers on the fringe. There's something that goes down. A girl is hospitalized, and now there's weird things that are happening to all of her classmates, and we need to figure out what's going on. So definitely outside of the box for me. They call it extreme horror. This type of extreme horror wasn't as extreme as I thought it would be. It was kind of funny at parts, if that makes sense. But I thoroughly enjoyed the experience of reading this book. Martha Wells' Murderbot. Loved Murderbot. This was my first introduction to Murderbot. I read the next 2 in the series. And did you know that they're making Murderbot into a TV series on Apple TV? Yes, they are. And it's starring Alexander Skarsgård, so it's a win-win. Murderbot absolutely has to be in my top 10 this year. And also Cormac McCarthy for The Passenger and Stella Maris. These were the first two books that I read in 2023. And the first 2 that stayed with me the longest. I read them again as a buddy read in July. And I kind of put them to bed at that time, but I needed that second read. They were just marvelous to me. I don't even know how to describe it. But a lot of these I have videos for, and I'll link the cards as I'm talking about these books, and you can also find them down below. So if I was going to pick a number 1 book out of this list for my best read of the year, this isn't something to take lightly. Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Do you know? Shout it out loud. Leave me a comment down below and let me know if you got it right. My number 1 read of the year is Dune by Frank Herbert. Number one, read. I know now why people are fanatic over the trilogy and fanatic over the Dune series. It is so well done. I've never felt so immersed in a world before. I enjoyed every single sentence, every single page of this book. I loved it so much that I honestly couldn't wait to get back to it. Love the world building, the storytelling, all of it. All the way down to the tiniest details. Perfection. Absolute perfection. My best read of the year. It was a tight race, though. All of these books were fantastic. Comment down below and let me know. Did I pique your interest with any of these books? I would be really interested to find out, because if you like any of these books and you know I like these books, then we are a match made in heaven, and welcome to my channel. This is pretty much me. All I needed to do was throw, like... That's one thing I don't have in here. I don't really have any... I mean, Psycho is a classic, but it's not a true classic. I don't have any classics in here. But I do have classic horror, like vintage horror. All right, so if you read like me, then we're meant to see each other, okay? All right. So everyone, I hope you had a fantastic reading year. Honest to goodness, it has just been the best. Like, I can't even tell you. Just that top 10. There's books that I just couldn't put in there. Like, I couldn't. That's a great top 10. That really, really is. And I hope when I'm sitting here on this bench next year, God willing, the books are going to be even better. So let's put 2023 reading kind of to bed. I still have some things to finish up, but it's been absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for supporting my channel. Thank you so much for being here. It really does mean the world to me, and let's keep turning pages in 2024. All right, everyone, that's it here from me. Make sure that you're taking care of yourself so you can take care of others, and I will see you in my next video, whether that be sooner or later. So until next time, goodbye for now, and Happy New Year.